This is San Diego Padres versus Miami Marlins. The Padres continue on their East Coast road trip with a 3-game set in Miami against the Marlins. The Padres are in the thick of the National League playoff race as the second half commences, while the Marlins are looking at another rebuilding year. The pitching matchup in Game 1 of the series features Padres righty Randy Vasquez, 3-4, 3.80, battling fellow righty Yuri Perez, 4-8, 3.18. The San Diego Padres come out of the All-Star break with an East Coast trip, hoping to keep their spot in the NL wildcard top 3. They opened with a 3-game set in D.C. against the Nationals. The Padres opened the series with a 7-2 win, highlighted by a grand slam from Manny Machado. In Game 2, the Padres fell 4-2 to the Nats. In the series finale on Sunday afternoon, the Padres poured in 7 runs in the first 4 innings, including a grand slam from shortstop Xander Bogaerts, and rolled to an 8-1 victory. The Padres head down the coast to battle the Marlins in Miami as the road trip rolls on. The Padres took 2 of 3 from the Marlins in San Diego back in May. They'll turn to righty Randy Vasquez in Game 1 of the series. Vasquez is 3-4 in 19 starts, including 4 quality starts. He has an ERA of 3.80 and a WHIP of 1.39. He has allowed 86 hits in 94.2 innings of work, while giving up 12 home runs. Vasquez has struck out 50 and walked 46. In his last start, a 4-3 win over the Athletics, Vasquez allowed 5 hits and 2 runs in 4.1 innings of work. He struck out 1 batter and walked 4. The Padres have won 4 of Vasquez's last 5 starts. On the road this season, Vasquez is 2-3 with an ERA of 4.57. The Miami Marlins finished the first half with 2 straight wins, and that carried over to their first series of the second half against the Kansas City Royals in Miami. The Marlins won the series opener on Friday night, 8-7 in walk-off fashion in 10 innings. On Saturday, they made it 4 straight wins overall, with a 3-1 win behind 6 shutout innings from starter Cal Quantrill. In the series finale on Sunday, the Marlins' win streak was halted at 4 games in a 7-4 loss to the Royals. Catcher Agustin Ramirez had 2 hits and drove in 2 runs in the loss. The Marlins have been playing better and can play the role of spoiler the rest of the way. They'll try to continue their winning ways on Monday in Game 1 of their series against the visiting Padres. The Marlins will send righty Yuri Perez to the hill. Perez is 3-2 on the season in 7 starts, including 2 quality starts. He has allowed just 20 hits in 34 innings of work, including 2 home runs. He has walked 11 and struck out 35. In his last start, an 11-1 win at Baltimore, Perez was outstanding. He went 7 innings and allowed just 3 hits and no runs while striking out 6. The Marlins have won 4 of Perez's last 5 starts. He is 1-1 at home with an ERA of 2.53. While there are plenty of balls put in play in Vasquez's starts this season, the Padres have played to the under in 3 of his last 5 starts, largely due to his ability to limit hard contact and the bullpen holding late leads. The Padres have also gone under the total in 3 of their last 5 games, heading into the series finale on Sunday in Washington, with their offense struggling to convert runners in scoring position. The Marlins, meanwhile, have gone under the number in 3 of their last 5 games, heading into their series finale with Kansas City on Sunday afternoon, as their lineup has cooled off considerably and they continue to rely on pitching and defense to stay competitive in low-scoring affairs. I'm leaning toward the Marlins in a minor upset here on Monday night. The Padres starter Vasquez has been getting by with marginal stuff this season. He has just 50 strikeouts in nearly 100 innings of work. He has also walked 46 batters. On the road this season, Vasquez is 2-3, but with an inflated 4.57 ERA. The Marlins' Perez is coming off his best start of the season, pitching 7 shutout innings against the Orioles while striking out 6. The Marlins are playing their best baseball of the season and have won 4 of Perez's last 5 starts. They can ride the wave of a favorable matchup here and get a victory on Monday over the Padres. Miami has shown flashes of life offensively as well, averaging 5.2 runs over their last 6 games and doing it with timely hitting and better plate discipline. Perez has allowed just 2 earned runs over his last 13 innings, and with his confidence growing and the Padres' offense lacking consistency, this is a spot where the Marlins can take advantage of an overvalued road favorite. If Perez can keep San Diego's power hitters quiet early, Miami's bullpen should be able to hold the lead late and cash the underdog ticket. After analyzing both teams, my pick for this match is Marlins ML. Drop your thoughts and predictions in the comments box. Los Angeles Angels versus New York Mets. The Los Angeles Angels, 48-50, and the New York Mets, 55-44, fire up a 3-game series of interleague play on Monday. The Angels have to finish up a series in Philly on Sunday, while the Mets need to close out at home against Cincinnati. The Angels have not yet named their starter, while the Mets know they will be going with Kodai Senga, 1.39 ERA. Los Angeles Angels open the second half of the season with 6 games on the East Coast, over 3,000 miles away from home. They started in Philadelphia, where they split the first 2, then will take the trip to New York to take on the Mets. Los Angeles is 4th in the AL West, but have a better chance of catching up to the final wild card spot, as they are just 4 games out. In Saturday's game, Taylor Ward homered again, but the Angels still lost 9-5. Ward homered in each of the first 2 games in the Philadelphia series, and is now up to 23 home runs and 69 RBIs on the year. He leads the Angels in both categories and has an argument that he was snubbed from the All-Star game, as he is leading a team offensively that is still in playoff contention. Ward was batting 4th in the lineup, and Joe Adell also homered in Saturday's loss while batting 5th. Adell is not far behind Ward, as he has 21 home runs and 57 RBIs on the year while batting .247. Mike Trout bats 3rd and has transitioned to the DH spot. He has 17 home runs and 42 RBIs on the year. The Angels have been slow to announce their starters in the second half of the season, with only Kikuchi and Soriano slated to pitch games in the future. The injuries have piled up, and this could be another bullpen-style game where multiple pitchers hit the mound. The Angels are 26th in the league in team ERA at 4.69. New York Mets are in contention for an NL East crown this season, but they did not start the second half of the season well. In what should have been a favorable series against the Reds, the Mets dropped each of the first 2 games on their home field. The games were not very close either, as Cincy won both by at least 3 runs. The Mets are still just 1.5 games behind the Phillies in the division. In Saturday's game, Mark Vientos had an RBI single in the first inning, but they still lost 5-2. Vientos took the DH spot on Saturday and would typically line up at third base on days he is in the field. The 25-year-old has played all 4 of his seasons with the Mets and has 27 home runs last season for the team. He is well behind pace for that number this year, as he only has 6 homers so far, but it is worth noting he missed over 30 games so far. Juan Soto has shown more power recently. He has homered in 3 of his last 5 games and now leads the team with 24 on the season. Soto bats 3rd as their right fielder and has also added 57 RBIs and is batting .259 on the year. Pete Alonso bats cleanup. He has 21 home runs and leads the team with 77 RBIs while batting a team high .276 at the plate. Kodai Senga will make his 15th start of the season as a 32-year-old right-hander. He has a 7-3 record, and the Mets have won in each of his last 5 starts. His ERA is an impressive 1.39 to go with 74 strikeouts and 33 walks. In his last start, Senga pitched 4 scoreless innings in a win over the Royals, continuing to prove he can dominate even without going deep into games. The Los Angeles pitching staff cannot be trusted to keep the Mets to a low number here, and that will be the main reason this goes over the number. The Angels will likely be going with a bullpen game here, and they do not have the arms to keep Soto, Alonso, and company quiet. New York has been quiet as of late offensively, but this is the right matchup to trust their big names to bounce back. The Angels' offense has not been all that bad lately. They scored 11 combined runs in their first 2 games against the Phillies, and Taylor Ward homered in each of those games, continuing to be a reliable spark for the lineup. This is a tough turnaround spot for the Angels, as they play in Philly on Sunday, then have to travel right to New York to start up against the Mets. Conversely, the Mets do not have any travel plans, as they are hosting the Reds on Sunday. There is also the lingering issue in the Los Angeles bullpen, as they do not have enough healthy pitchers to fill out a consistent rotation. Looking ahead, Kikuchi and Soriano are slated to pitch the first 2 games of their next series against Seattle, but no one is assigned to this series against the Mets. They are running low on pitchers and are 26th in the league in team ERA. Senga has led the Mets to a win in each of his last 5 starts. The Mets need wins after their tough start against Cincinnati, and with fresher arms and home field advantage, they'll get one here against a depleted Angel squad. After analyzing both teams, my pick for this match is New York Mets ML. Drop your thoughts and predictions in the comments box. Athletics versus Texas Rangers. It's the opening game of a 3-game weekend series between American League West foes on the diamond in the Lone Star State, as the Athletics travel to face the Texas Rangers Monday night, and the Athletics drop the rubber game of a 3-game road set with the Guardians Sunday, falling 8-2. Texas closed a 3-game home set with the Tigers Sunday night, going for a sweep. The Rangers earned a 4-1 victory in the middle game of the set Saturday. In the season series between the teams, the Athletics own a 5-2 advantage, including taking 3 of 4 on the road in the most recent series, April 28th of May. In the rubber game of their 3-game set with the Guardians, the Athletics couldn't get their bats going, and it led to a one-sided defeat. The Athletics entered Sunday night 42-59 and sat in the basement of the American League West, 15.5 games behind the Astros for the top spot. Against Cleveland Sunday, the Athletics totaled 7 hits as Nick Kurtz, RBI, and Max Schumann each recorded a pair. They were just 1 of 12 with runners in scoring position and left 6 runners on base in the game. Jeffrey Springs, 8-7, took the loss as he allowed 5 runs on 9 hits with no walks and 4 strikeouts over 4 innings of work. Jacob Lopez is slated to take the mound for the Athletics for his 15th appearance, 11th start of the season in the opener. He is 3-5 with a 4.20 ERA, a 1.329 whip, 21 walks, and 69 strikeouts over 55.2 innings of work this year. Lopez earned the win in his last start, which came July 12th at home against the Blue Jays. He threw 5 innings, allowing 2 runs on 4 hits with 2 walks and 5 strikeouts in a 4-3 Athletics victory. In his last 3 starts, Lopez is 1-1 with a 6.39 ERA, a 1.42 whip, 4 walks and 14 strikeouts over 12.2 innings of work. Lopez makes his 3rd career appearance, 2nd start against the Rangers in this contest. He is 0-1 with a 6.23 ERA, a 3.231 whip, 7 walks, and 8 strikeouts over 4.1 innings of work against them. Lopez took the loss in his lone career start at Globe Life Field, which came April 29th. He threw 2.2 innings, allowing 3 runs on 6 hits with 4 walks and 4 strikeouts in a 15-2 A's defeat. Texas entered Sunday winners of 3 straight and 5 of their previous 6 games as they beat the Tigers Saturday in the middle game of their set. The Rangers entered Sunday night 50-49 and stood 3rd in the AL East, 6.5 games behind the Astros for the top spot. They were 3 games behind the Red Sox for the final wild card spot in the American League. Against Detroit Saturday, Texas had just 4 hits with no player having more than 1 yet managed to prevail. Rowdy Tellez had the big blow with a 3-run homer, his 12th of the year in the second inning. Kumar Rocker, 4-4, earned the win with 6.1 scoreless innings, allowing 1 hit, 3 walks, and striking out 5. Jack Leiter is expected to be on the bump for the Rangers as he makes his 17th start of the year in this contest. He is 5-6 with a 4.37 ERA, a 1.357 WHIP, 38 walks, and 69 strikeouts over 80.1 innings of work this season. In his last start, Leiter picked up the win against the Astros on the road July 11th. He threw 5 1/3 innings, allowing 3 runs on 5 hits. With 4 walks and 6 strikeouts in a game, the Rangers won 7-3. In his last 3 starts, Leiter is 1-1 with a 3.60 ERA, a 1.533 WHIP, 6 walks and 18 strikeouts over 15 innings of work. This marks Leiter's 3rd career appearance, 2nd start against the Athletics here. He has no record with a 4.91 ERA, a 1.636 WHIP, 3 walks and 4 strikeouts over 7.1 innings of work against them. Leiter is 3-5 with a 6.07 ERA and 1.30 WHIP over 56.1 innings in 11 career appearances, 10 starts at Globe Life Field. Oakland has hit the over in 54 of 101 games, averaging 4.29 runs per game, 4.14 on the road, with a total run average of 9.92 overall and 9.34 away. Texas, meanwhile, has gone under in 59 of 99 games, scoring just 4.03 runs per game, 3.72 at home, with a total average of 7.54 runs, 6.59 at home. With Globe Life Field playing to the under and DeGrom on the mound, that trend should continue. The Athletics get the edge of having played early Sunday, as opposed to in the lone Sunday night contest, but that is negated by the fact that they had to travel. Meanwhile, Texas was already at home for their weekend series, and they had momentum on their side prior to facing Tarek Skubal Sunday night. The Rangers climbed above the .500 mark and have gotten within striking distance of the final wildcard spot. Having Nathan Eovaldi and Tyler Mahle on the shelf has impacted their rotation, but if those guys get healthy to support Jacob deGrom in the rotation, they could make some noise. Take Texas here as they draw first blood in the opener. After analyzing both teams, my pick for this match is Texas Rangers ML. Drop your thoughts and predictions in the comments box. Minnesota Twins versus Los Angeles Dodgers. The 2025 Major League Baseball season continues Monday, July 21st, with the Minnesota Twins taking on the Los Angeles Dodgers. The Angeles Dodgers in the Interleague Showdown at Dodger Stadium in Los Angeles, California, and Minnesota and Los Angeles start their 3-game regular season series. Last year, the Dodgers took 2 out of 3 from the Twins in Minneapolis. The Twins have only won 2 of their previous 16 games against the Blue Crew. Sunday's games have been excluded from the analysis, and the 47-51 Minnesota Twins visited the Colorado Rockies on Sunday afternoon. Looking to avoid a sweep in a 3-game series, the Twins started the second half of the season in terrible fashion, suffering consecutive losses against the worst team in baseball, 6-4 and 10-6. Minnesota was 5 games behind the bottom wild card in the American League on Sunday morning. The Twins ranked 20th in the MLB in runs scored, 4.20 per game, and 24th in OPS plus 93. On the other side of the ball, they were tied for 17th in runs allowed, 4.35. David Festa is projected to toe the slab at Dodger Stadium on Monday night. The 25-year-old right-hander carries a 3-3 record with a troublesome 5.25 ERA and 1.31 WHIP in 9 starts and 1 relief appearance, 48 innings pitched this season. Festa has never met the Dodgers before. He's 3-5 with a 5.02 ERA in 11 interleague starts and 2 relief appearances in his career. The 58-41 Los Angeles Dodgers hosted the red-hot Milwaukee Brewers on Sunday afternoon, hoping to avoid a sweep in a 3-game series. After a 2-0 defeat in the opener, the Dodgers suffered a narrow 8-7 loss to the Brewers in the middle game of the series. The Dodgers are topping the NL West. On Sunday morning, they were 4.5 games ahead of the San Diego Padres and 6 above the San Francisco Giants. The Dodgers were a game and a half behind the Chicago Cubs, who boasted the best record in the big leagues. Los Angeles scores 5.30 runs per game, second in the MLB, while surrendering 4.64 runs in return, 23rd. Shohei Ohtani is expected to get the starting call on Monday night, and the 31-year-old right-hander has only thrown 9 innings across 5 starts this season. He's allowed 1 earned run on 5 hits and 2 walks across those 9 frames. Ohtani is 1-0 with a 2.08 ERA in 3 career starts against the Twins. He hasn't met Minnesota since 2023, and the current Twins are 8 for 47 with 3 doubles and a home run against Ohtani. Despite limited innings this year, his efficiency and command remain elite, making him a potential game changer if he's stretched out deeper into this start. Both teams are struggling to hit the righties in July, Minnesota 85 WRC+, Los Angeles 71 WRC+. But I certainly have more faith in the Dodgers lineup. As mentioned, I expect Ohtani to torture the Twins for a few innings, so I don't expect to see a proper high-scoring affair. The Twins won't hesitate to make an early call to their bullpen should David Festa start to struggle. With both offenses sputtering and a quick hook likely for any shaky arm, this matchup has all the makings of a tight, low-scoring contest dominated by pitching adjustments. Shohei Ohtani threw 3 scoreless innings against the Giants last time out. He fanned 4 while yielding a hit and a walk. The Dodgers are very cautious with Ohtani, who won't go deep into games for a while as he continues building up arm strength. Still, in short bursts, Ohtani remains electric and should shut the Twins down early with his devastating splitter and high 90s fastball. However, the Dodgers will have to lean heavily on their bullpen to close things out, which brings uncertainty. Their pen holds a 5.25 ERA, 5.09 FIP, and 1.40 WHIP in July, and they've struggled to hold late leads in recent matchups. In contrast, the Twins' bullpen has been far more reliable, compiling a 3.63 ERA, 3.32 FIP, and 1.37 WHIP so far this month. That edge could prove crucial in the later innings. With the Dodgers opting for a committee approach behind Ohtani, the question becomes whether they can string together enough clean frames to support a low-scoring win. The bullpen disparity tilts the late-game advantage slightly toward Minnesota, which makes this a dangerous spot for the Dodgers as favorites, even if they get an early lead behind their two-way superstar. It's hard to trust David Festa, so I will go with the Dodgers. Festa has allowed at least 4 runs in 3 of his previous 5 starts. During that stretch, Festa has accounted for a 5.68 ERA, and I think he'll struggle to keep the Dodgers quiet. Los Angeles has one of the most disciplined and dangerous lineups in baseball, and with Festa's recent command issues and inability to escape jams, this could get out of hand early. After analyzing both teams, my pick for this match is Los Angeles Dodgers minus 1.5. Drop your thoughts and predictions in the comments box.